So is this Will Smith's career? Is it in jeopardy if the police don't charge him with assault? And maybe if the Academy lets him skate? What will the public do? What will millions of parents say to their kids who looked up to Will Smith as a role model, my kids included? What will the movie business say and do? Chris Rock launches a comedy tour next month. How will he weather this? It was humiliating what happened to him. These are all questions for Mike Paul, who's been 30 years in the business as a fixer, a cleaner, a repairman for reputations. It's why they call him the reputation doctor. So, Mike, what's going to happen to Will Smith's brand?
Well, I guess he gets a shot at 2 apologies. Let's start with that. He gave an apology yesterday, and then he gets another shot today. One of the things that no one is really talking about, besides Jim Array talking about the Academy and what they're seeking to do, is there is a very good chance that he gets disinvited next year. And that would be a blow. But what is the value of his reputation? What's the value of his brand right now? We know we've talked in this program in the past about morality clauses. And if his value was a 10, let's say, before the slap, and maybe it's down to a 7 or a 6, are there business opportunities that he might be losing because of a damaged brand? We'll have to wait and see. I believe that Will Smith apologized today because of the pressure of the Academy directly. He heard directly from the Academy that there was going to be an investigation. And then quickly, he changed his tune. He went from defending and making excuses. You and I have talked about a true and sincere apology has no ifs and buts in it. And suddenly it was crafted for him, but I do not think it's enough. It's not authentic enough. He invoked God. He got advice even from Denzel about what God would ask him to do in a situation like this, even mentioning that maybe the devil might come after you when you're that high up and you're vulnerable. Look, here's the bottom line. You personally made a decision. You made it all about you and even less about your wife. You chose, and that choice is damaging. And now because you got caught, you suddenly got an opportunity to have a second apology that you didn't even meet the individual face to face, which is what the Bible asks you to do, by the way, to not have a video, to not have a statement, but to meet with Chris. Remember, part of what you're supposed to do with humility is to hear out what Chris has to say. No one's talking about that. And then still own your actions 100% with no excuses. Repentant part is the key phrase.
I'm still kind of like blown away that there's this like beautifully crafted Instagram post. And by the way, comments not allowed. He's not allowed anyone to weigh in on it. He's like, that's my word. I get to say, the amount of tone-deaf narcissism, it seems. When I looked at him last night, screaming the F-bomb in the angriest way, twice, not accidentally, twice. He meant it. He knew those mics were hot. He knew everybody in the auditorium could hear him. It just made me think, you really do believe this is all about you. You really believe this is your moment and you can take this. This is way past Kanye and Taylor Swift. It was like beyond the pale. Real quickly, I got a couple seconds left, but I got to ask you, are the Oscars going to weather this?
Well, that's a great point. The Oscars are trying to defend their own reputation right now. He should have been walked out of the Dolby Center instantly upon the slap. If you do it at a nightclub, if you do it at a comedy club, you're instantly thrown out. They're going to have to cover their own butt here, and the investigation is separate from this apology. That's very important. They're going to have separate action soon. How stiff will they be? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I hope it's something that will indicate to my kids that that kind of behavior really doesn't pay and really does sting, because my kids love him. I love him. I'm probably as mad as I am right now because I feel cheated. I thought I knew who he was, and I loved the guy. And now I really, really don't. And I feel like there's a death in my, in my sphere. I didn't know I could get hoodwinked like that. So, Mike Paul,
well,
thank
you're not
you.
alone.
Will you come back again?
You're not alone.
I know.
There's
right?
there are a lot of Academy members who feel the same way, and their voice is powerful, and they will be heard.
And your voice will be heard again, too. Thank you, Mike Paul. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Ashley. It's a pleasure.